vegan is Horror Nights.
Princess the Bear here today. We're at Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights 33.
It's time to eat all of the vegan food.
Yes, apparently they have some vegan plant-based horrors here, so we're going to get all of those as your number one choice in food infotainment. When the food exists, we will get it. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not getting strangled by plants this time.
It's time for Foodie and Chill. The beets. I'm so glad that Shelby is here to eat most of these beets because they're not my jam. They were at a fork, so I'm gonna use a spoon and I'm gonna try and just take like some of this, just like the smallest amount, right? I'm gonna eat it, oop, and then I'm gonna take a little bite of the tostada so I can get it all together. I commit to my mistakes. It's earthy, but the saving grace for it is actually the feta. The feta is really nice. I don't know if I could eat a whole one. I'm glad I get to share it. But it's actually not bad. If you've never had beets before, this would be like a solid entry into like what they really taste like before you zhuzh them up and try to make them not so earthy. I would give them like a 3.5 out of 5 beets.
Hi. I love beets. I love that this item is also marked gluten sensitive for our gluten-free friends. Alright. This is very hard to eat, so when you eat it, make sure to hold level, because if not, all of your ingredients will slide off. So far, this is my favorite option at Halloween Horror Nights this year, and I never thought I would say that because I don't like hummus. But I do love beets and I do love feta. The hummus just adds a little different flavor and texture. This is perfect, and I'm so glad multiple people can enjoy this. I'm really happy about that. So, eat the heartbeat tostada.
Universal Orlando and Halloween Horror Nights are really giving into the theme here. That's the one thing we do love about Halloween Horror Nights food is that when they get a theme, they get a theme. They literally want you to eat your heart out with this heartbeat tostada. Hummus, feta, and beets is not something that I would have combined, but Universal is getting adventurous, and I like that. If this is what hearts taste like, I'm like one step away from being a cannibal. I love beets. I'll eat beets off a trash can lid. Not really. But the beets and the hummus just sort of works. The feta gives it a little bit of sour on top of that, but sort of eats through that like tart earthiness you get from beets. And the hummus is just like a nice sauce tied together. Odd combination, but oddly it works. I'm giving that a 4 out of 5 claws.
The pizza tots. I kind of miss the sweet potato ones, but we have these ones. They come every year. Did I say tots? I meant fries. The tots are actually in Islands of Adventure. You can get those anytime. This has gardine, sausage, and pepperoni on it. Some lovely cheese. They just kind of threw all the ingredients here in the center, though. Cheers. That bite was mostly cheese and sauce, but it was really good. It's kind of giving me vibes of like the Italian nachos from Italy at Food and Wine, but if they had like vegan meat to put on it. I'm not mad at it. I don't know.
Which Food and Wine are you talking about?
Epcot Food and Wine? That's okay. I'll give them 3 out of 5 fries. They're good, like classic comfort, but if I have to choose between the pizza fries and the pizza tots, I'm gonna choose the pizza tots.
All right, the classic vegan pizza fries. I always have to refrain or like think about what I'm saying because I always want to say pizza tots because we have the tots over at the green eggs and ham. So like my brain automatically just goes tots. But these are fries. And they look really good. They look really well done. Yummy! I don't know what that was. Anyway, this is your perfect late night snack. Get this in a lacto cooler. And yes, lacto cooler is vegan. Despite the name, get that. Like this is like the perfect combo. I need one right now, I think. They're perfectly melty. These don't. look like or taste like they were sitting there for a very long time. Like, I think they made these relatively fresh, and even if they didn't, I can't tell. So good on you, Universal. Thanks for giving us a 1-to-1 to the non-vegan option. We appreciate it.
Vegan pizza fries. Finally, the pizza fries are looking like more than just an afterthought. These debuted last year and they were kind of rough, but it seems now they're kind of hitting their stride. It definitely seems like they have a whole system down. You see they'll have like pizza fries that are sitting underneath their warmer. The vegan ones are in their own heater, like in the back, like not in the backpack, but like behind the register, like separated from everything else. You don't have to worry about them cross-contaminating and everything else. But finally, giving them some thought. That wasn't that hard. Thank you, Universal. Honestly, they taste like pizza fries out of taste. When I have to choose between these and the tots at Iowa, honestly, I'd probably choose these. I like the crinkle fries. They got a little crispiness to them, but not too crispy like the tots would be, like cutting the roof of my mouth. And the sauce and the cheese just sort of work. I've hated on pizza fries for years, and there's still a little bit of hate in my heart when it comes to that, but I can't deny it. When an improvement is an improvement. Give it 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Our friend the Walking Taco is back. We're gonna make so many food hacks with this one. I'm excited. We've got the Mel's chili on here now, not the chorizo, which I'm gonna miss because I loved that from Cafe La Bamba. But this is also great. This is a lot of food. This is a shareable portion. So let's just go in. Let me just grab a little bit of the things. There we go. Oop. Cheers. It's the stuff of dreams. It's so good. It's so tasty. I got a large portion of pico, which is spicy. I'm into it. I love it. Literally, like one of the best things. I hope that Universal either adds this on like a regular menu. Maybe put it in the Simpsons area. I'd love to have like the B stand have something. Or just keep it consistent. Make it like our Twisted Tater of Halloween Horror Nights. It's so great. It's a 5 out of 5. It's a Princessities item. Always get you a walking taco.
All right. Vegan walking taco. Back for a second year. I like repeat items, especially when Universal updates them and, you know, makes them better. So there's chili in this year. Last year we had a chorizo. There was also black beans and like, I think we had pico and maybe a corn salsa, or maybe they were the same thing. Anyway, so this has a chili on it this year. So the chili kind of replaces all of those other things that I mentioned. You still have your cheese, you still have your sour cream. I am not a big fan of large bites, so I'm going to find a broken chip, and then I'm going to try to dig around for some chili and some cheese and some sour cream. Ow, it's really hot on my hand. That's so good. That's really good. I think this is the Mel's chili. And the Mel's chili with the Diablo sauce, which I was like questioning, because the Mel's chili already kind of has its own spice. If it would fight with the Diablo sauce, I almost knocked that out of my hand. If it would fight with it or not, and actually it's very complimentary. Of course, you know, of course they taste in it. It's really good. Like, this is a very filling portion. Like, you could share this with your friends like we're doing. Or, you know, if you really want to, you can get drunk and eat this by yourself. I'm not promoting getting drunk. Don't do that. Don't come to Horror Nights and do bad things. Eat, have a couple drinks. Make sure you drink your water, please, guys. It may be dark and there's no sun. It is still hot. It is still Florida. I'm going to be your mom right now. Drink your water. There's freestyle machines everywhere. Drink water, eat the walking taco.
Words of wisdom from Shelby. A hot bag of taco stuff with Frito-Lay chips, now in a nice, cleanly cut bag. Bag's warm. Feels a bit bigger than last year, but it was a huge portion last year anyway. But I feel like it's a lot less messy. Last year there was like stuff all top over the sides, and the whole point of having the walking taco is that it's in your hand and it's not a mess. If it's a mess, you might as well just have a regular taco. This walking taco, you know, I can walk in circles with it, back and forth, and not spill over myself, which is kind of the goal. These Fritos in here are still absolutely massive. Tastes like taco with Fritos. And you know, you've heard this called different things, different places. You've heard like Fritos pie or walking taco, but it's basically just a taco in a bag. All the fixings and 100% vegan. The chili works. Fritos are good. The cheese, not 100% melty, but it's melty-ish. It is a good walking snack and good for a long queue wait. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 claws. Universal is stepping up their game, at least in efficiency, at the very least.
Our favorite Halloween Horror Nights food hack is back. We got the walking taco, we got a potato jacket, and we're just gonna throw all of the things in here like so. Try to get as little Frito as possible, even though it's nice to have a little bit of crunch. You want more of the cheese and the beans in there. Now I also brought with me some pocket barm and nooch, just in case I wanted to do that too. But I'm not for now. For now, we're just gonna do this. So I'm gonna go ahead, get this bay up in here. Cheers to one of the best hacks of the season. Nothing like a chili potato. 5 out of 5. It is a Princess City's item. I don't even want to share this with Bear. It's just so good.
Universal, this is another year of proving how versatile your jacket potatoes can be with ingredients and things that you already sell in the park. All you gotta do, really, is just make it happen. Even better than last year, because if you don't make it happen, we will. We'll have other people go and make it happen. Buy a jacket potato, go to your walking taco, run underneath the stairs at the animal actor stage, walk into Fast Food Boulevard, make yourself a walking taco jacket potato. What did we call this last year? What was the Princess in the Mirror term?
I don't remember.
The jacked up walking potato?
Something like that.
You guys help us with the name for this hack. Either way, it's a tasty potato.
This was one of our friends in 2021, and it is back. A little bit different though. The pumpkin guts got this gourd here with like things inside, but the gourd is like in there for you to consume. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of that with this, and there's seeds in here and stuff too. So you're getting like a true pumpkin experience. I just wish that they still had the hazelnut sauce, because I used to make the pumpkin guts. It's almost like eating a butternut squash, but not as sweet. It's better than I expected it to be, even though it's still missing the sauce. I think it would be a 5 if it had sauce, but as it is, I would say it's like a 4 out of 5 pumpkin guts. It doesn't make me want to heave-ho the pumpkin guts. It makes me want to consume the pumpkin guts.
The return of pumpkin guts. Pumpkin guts was a dish we had back, oh no. My brain is fried at this point. I don't know what year it was. It was when Wicked Growth was here. So 29? 29? Is that right? I think it's 29. Anyway. So it was kind of like the first dish we had that represented Slaughter Sinema, which I think is like really cool. It's kind of come full circle, even though this is at the Goblin booth and not the Slaughter Sinema booth. But I think it's nice to have something that is a little healthier and like not fried, not in a pastry, not with a ton of melty cheese, etc. So I'm excited to try this new iteration of it. Try and dig down into the butternut squash. If I have that right, should really read the descriptions before I eat these things, but oh well. So that's good. I'm getting like a little bit of a saltier, like more salty flavor than when I ate this the other day, which I think is interesting. And that's probably the butter. I feel like when I had it, the butter was like rolling off and like not sitting in the squash. So I think that's what happened there. The one I had previously also, like the squash itself wasn't cooked all the way. I think they were trying to like crank too many out at the same time. So this one is definitely cooked better. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm gonna eat this a lot, because I probably won't, and it's nothing to do with the dish itself. It's just the fact that I'd probably rather eat something fried or cheesy or any of these other options. I'm not typically a healthy eater, so it's good. If you're looking for something on the lighter side, this is also gluten-free, so feel free to indulge if you are gluten-free and vegan, or even if you're not. I've heard a lot of people who are not vegan, I'm assuming they're not vegan, raving about it, so try it for yourself.
Here we have Return of the Pumpkin Guts, Pumpkin Nuts 2, the gourd pyres strikes back. A gourd filled with all of the things. You got some fixins in here. It's definitely feeling a bit like different sort of like execution than before, but we like new things and we like change. And sometimes the sequel is a little bit better. It feels like a Goblin trick because it is served at the Goblin booth. It feels a little al dente, I think is what I'm looking for. I feel like they could be a little bit softer, cook a little bit longer. You're really digging a lot in here to sort of empty out the gourd. And you end up with a bunch of like very earthy flavors, but nothing like distinct or like adding to each other to add layers. It's an okay dish, it tastes fine. I think the flavor's a bit light, but I feel like it's just missing something to sort of like elevate everything and tie it together. So it feels like more like a throwaway than something that's truly unique. Like it looks fun, the name is fun, but it's not really giving much more than that. I would give it 2.75 out of 5 stars. Already feel rushed because everybody's gonna ask, what are you putting out the
The Goblin pie is really cute. It's giving me like Pop-Tart vibe. If, I don't know, if a Goblin made a Pop-Tart. I love a good bread. And if I remember Shelby saying correctly, this is our only vegan dessert. Remember, I don't know if they still sell them because I don't eat them anymore, but do you remember those, I don't remember if they were Pillsbury or Pop-Tart, where you would get the pastry and you'd put it in the toaster, and then it came with like the icing, and then you would like put your own. Yeah, toaster strudel. That's the one.
They're still a thing.
They are still a thing? Okay, okay. Well, this reminds me of a toaster strudel. It's got like a nice little filling in there. I love the pastry. It's covered in sugar, and then you have that like nice little jam on top. This is a treat. I don't think I can eat this all the time though, because it's a little sugary, but I like it. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 Goblin pies.
Goblin pie. The dish that I was like, is that really vegan? Because do we really have 2 vegan treats at Halloween Horror Nights? We do. We do. It's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna break a piece off of this because, to be really honest with you guys, there's cinnamon sugar on both sides, and it's very churro-like on the like the pastry, but it's oh jeez. All right, I thought this would be easier, but it's not breaking as much as I thought it would. Okay, there's some apple in there. We'll go for it. Okay. Well, if you like sugar and you like apples, you should eat this pie. It is very sugary. I have 2 favorite pie flavors, cherry and apple, and so this obviously would be something I would definitely eat. My only, I don't know what word I want to use here. I don't want to use critique. I kind of just wish there was less sugar coating on the outside, because the reason I broke it is because when you go to bite it, it's just like a waterfall of cinnamon sugar all over the place. I'm not a fan of being messy because I'm just like messy in general, and then when my food is messy, kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety. So I like walking around with like stuff on my shirt, even though it does happen. So if you like apple pie, I think you'll like this. I feel like if you like picked it up and like, you know, did the pretzel technique where you rub the salt off maybe on the bottom, it might help a little bit with the cinnamon sugar waterfall, but it's great. It's an apple pie. It kind of reminds me of McDonald's apple pie, just with like the sugary coating on the outside. So it's good. If you like pie, eat it.
Somebody got us a goblin pie and they left their blood all over it. Now, how do goblins make pies? I don't care. They're cute, they're cuddly, and I want a gang of goblin friends from my own. Because goblins are bipedal creatures too. If they want to be, they don't gotta walk on twos. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this Goblin pie, and then I'm gonna gobble it all up. You ever bite into like a filled pastry and the crust has the right amount of give? Like you don't want it extra crispy to where you're like struggling to bite through it. You also don't want it horribly soft or so dry that like crumbles in your hand. You want a little bit of resistance where you get that crack, that light, fluffy pastry crack, and then just smooth all the way through. That's what this is. Now, it's messy. Just in that little bite, my fingers are now both sticky and sugary. So I can see that Shelby's way was definitely the better way, breaking the piece off rather than trying to pick up the whole thing. However, I actually think this is kind of a vibe. I give it 4.25 out of 5 claws.
My first coffin of the season! I'm so excited. I love me some coffin. So good, so sweet. A little less lentil than normal, but I'm here for it. I'm ready to eat all the coffins this year. It's a 5 out of 5. It's a princess's item. You better eat these coffins.
The African lentil and potato sambusa coffin, a classic at this point. We've had this, well, is it 2 years now? My brain is not functioning anymore. So, we've had it a couple seasons. This item has popped up around the parks, like during the year. It like, you know, you get those like HHN vibes just on a regular day, which I'm never gonna complain about that. So this one looks slightly different. I'm sure Princess maybe had commented on its appearance. The dough last time we saw this was like, it had almost like a smoky gray color to it on some of it, and then it had like, you know, your like little ingrained crust. I'm not going to judge it on that because looks don't equal taste necessarily. I will try it now. So the dough is definitely thicker and has a little bit of a different texture than in its past iterations. I'm not super mad about it. The inside is still perfect. It's still got that little bit of heat. So if you don't like spicy food, like if pepper's too spicy for you, no judgments. It happens. There's some people that just like don't want anything spicy, and that's fine. Don't eat this. It's too spicy for you. But if you like food with a little bit of heat and something that you can walk around with, because like I love a hand pie, like, or anything like you could travel with, good stuff. You could get this and just walk around, hang out in scarezone, eat your coffin.
At this point, it's not Halloween Horror Nights, it's not spooky season until you get your first coffin. Whether you're getting in one or biting into one, the fog has arrived. If tonight was the end, we would go happy. Still that nice lentil sambusa coffin, that touch of spice. Same consistency. Loving it. 4.5 out of 5 claws. They are only going to get better as the season goes on.
And so we have a blondie. This is giving me bourbon pie vibes from Mardi Gras, because it's like basically the same like little serving vessel with like the receptacle that you can use to like slide this into your mouth. But it does seem a little bit stickier than the old one. I can't slide it. It smells good. It tastes like if cookie dough was a bar, or like if you were making a cookie cake and it wasn't completely done and you cut it into a piece and then like baked it a little bit, like baking work like that. This is really interesting. This is like a not cake cookie thing, which is, I guess that's what a blondie does. It makes you think. I like it. I'm glad we have another dessert. I will give it 3.5 out of 5 blondies. It's not provoking.
This is the caramel apple blondie from San Francisco Pastry Company. You can get this during the day and during HHN. Alright, I have not confirmed that you can get it during the day, but you should be able to. They also have it at Croissant Bakery over at Islands of Adventure. And this is a very sticky, bar, so I brought my fork. Oh god. Oh, it's not as easy to cut as I thought it would be. Alright. Oh no. Man down. No. Alright. So what's really funny is, so I went and got this on Friday, opening night of Horror Nights, and I had when I tell you blinding migraine, I shouldn't have been out of bed. No one needs to mom me. I know I shouldn't have been out of bed. I was suffering for 2 days with it. When I ate this, it's hard to eat when I also have a migraine, so just keep that in mind. When I ate it, I could taste the caramel apple portion. When I ate it again last night, I couldn't taste it. It just tasted like straight up like caramel blondie. I can taste the apple again. It's really good. It's the little green bits if you see them in there. I wish there were a little bit more. There's definitely like obviously chocolate chips. It's a really good sweet treat. If you're looking for something that is like kind of the opposite of the Goblin pie, like that one is sweet in a different way. This one's like, there's something I want to compare it to, and I don't know what it is right now, but anyway. This is like sugar overload, so you might want to share this with someone else and drink a lot of water with it. But it's really good. I feel like they knock it out of the park with the vegan pastries. Hopefully we get that vegan jar cake in the tribute store someday. I'll awkwardly wink at the camera. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely try it if you like sweet things. If you don't, then this might not be right up your alley.
So when you label something Death by Blondie, I'm going to take you at your word because I believe in truth in labeling. So I'm going to take this as an official warning that I should avoid all blondes because they are dangerous. Be they male, female, or non-binary. Stay away from blonde. Just a nice brunette. Auburn, even a ginger. Nobody has a problem with gingers anymore. It's 2024. But let's try this Blondie and hopefully it don't choke me. Maybe it does. Ooh. I'm not really sure what I was expecting. Hearing that it's like an apple spice blondie, like I'm getting like an apple spice, like soft cookie dough candy bar sort of deal. And honestly, I kind of like it. I expected the apple to be overpowering, but I think the little bits of the apple with the blondie itself is the way to go. It's like a very, like it's like cookie dough adjacent dense, but not overly dense, and then not too light to where it's just cake. It's got a very nice chew to it. I wish they would figure out this execution so it's not like in the sleeve or in a plate, or the sleeve by itself, or the plate by itself. Other than that, I kind of think this is a jam. I give it 4.5 out of 5 claws. I will happily devour copious amounts of these.
Thanks to Shelby at Universal Orlando Vegans, we know that all you have to do is take off the tzatziki and the falafel is vegan. Now, the fact that we only modified the sauce and there's only 2 falafel on here, I feel like that's a miss. Especially with all of this pita that you have, you need 3 falafel. 3 falafel is the magic number for this. I think 2 is not enough. I also feel like it's gonna be dry, but like you just pick it up and you got 1 falafel on each end. That just doesn't seem right. I gotta like reconfigure this falafel.
Like a third.
Seriously, and like what is up with the shape of this falafel? It's just like a little biscuit discus, right?
Like pre-made falafel. Pre-made.
How do I even bite? I don't. All right, I'm just gonna move the falafel upwards for the bite. The falafel itself is okay. What's interesting to me is tasting the falafel this way. I'm actually getting like a little bit of freezer burn on the back end. So I'm wondering if maybe they made the falafel, froze them, and then cooked them from frozen so you can kind of taste that a little bit. I like the accompaniments, the cucumber, the lettuce, the tomato with the seasoning. It's actually really nice, and I like the pita. It's all very, very, very flavorful. It's a little on the dry side, but I'm not gonna fault it. There's no sauce. Of course it's gonna be dry because there's no sauce. What I am gonna give it minus points for is the fact that I'm getting that like frozen taste at the back end. Like when I ate that shepherd's pie for the first time at Finnegan's, it just felt like it had been frozen for a little too long, and that's what this falafel feels like, which is just a little weird to me. I'm medium mad at it. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 falafel. Not my favorite option, even though tzatziki or no, it's just weird.
It's funny that me, the non-vegan, the carnist, the carnivore, omnivore, really, I'll basically anything. I prefer to call myself a flexitarian if I have to pick a title, and I don't. I've ranted here many a times about the need for like things that I wouldn't notice were vegan than just be vegan. Tzatziki sauce is one of those things. You can very easily make a tzatziki sauce 1-to-1 and it be vegan. There's really no reason for it to be vegetarian only. You can easily make the sauce vegan and make it accommodating to even more people without that much extra work. Is there maybe a slight cost increase? Yes, but more people means more money. And I know that theme parks love money. I look at this, and even if it had sauce, instantly, I know it's kind of mean, I'm getting Kibbles and Bits thoughts. Maybe it's just all those old commercials from a child built into my head. Well, all of us still watch commercials, but these like pre-made falafel pellets are giving me dog food vibes. Now, I'm gonna take falafel anywhere I can get it. Pre-made or not, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I got them kind of vibes. It's really like an unfortunate thing because falafel is very easy to ruin. It's very easy to undercook it or overcook it and dry it out, or just be like a greasy, sloppy mess. This is actually seasoned all the way through, even without the sauce. So you have some seasoning on top of both the cucumber and the tomato salad that's in the middle. A little bit of vegan tzatziki. It would be perfection. Vegetarians, this is like the walking snack for you. There's really no reason for you to skip over this. It's a tasty treat. It's probably the healthiest you're ever going to find in a theme park. I say go for it. I actually like the way that it tastes. I'm not going to knock it for not having tzatziki because we did order it that way. But I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5 claws. I think it's worth your time.
So I heard you guys in the UOV group, and everybody was like, oh, the falafel, is it dry? Is it dry? I mean, it's falafel with no sauce. So yes, I think the answer is just automatically yes, it's dry. So then I was like, every year, I try to do a mashup, and I know Princess and Bear also do. So I was like racking my brain, I'm like, what option can we realistically pair with the falafel? Because I know people are a fan of falafel. I don't get it personally because falafel makes me choke, but I want to improve y'all's lives. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the heartbeat tostada with its hummus, its beet tartare, and the feta, and we're gonna put it on the falafel and see if it makes it better. This could be a total fail. I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. I've not done this, so let's see. In my mind, when I was picturing this, I was like, oh, it'll just slide off. Like the hummus will be like the lubricant for the beets. It'll just slide off easily. All right. Well, it's not sliding as well as I thought it would. This is the part where, like, yeah, it could be a fail. I'm not gonna put all the beets because I know Princess is not like a super fan of the beets, so let me try to get like more of the hummus. And now that I just said the word hummus, I'm like, why don't we just get hummus from fast food Boulevard? But I feel like beets add another layer to this falafel. You're gonna try this first.
It looks like my falafel was attacked viciously and brutally. I don't even know, how do you fit this in your mouth?
Oh no.
I think you gotta like beets.
Okay.
I really do. It's just really earthy. So I'm like in it, I'm vibing on the falafel, and then I get hit in the face with earthiness. And it's just not something that I'm expecting. It is nice. But oh my gosh, with the beets, be a 4 if you like beets.
I just think it's really ironic that I decided to combine things that Princess and I don't like. It's pretty ironic. Like, I don't know. Falafel to me is just like, they're dry balls. They're just dry balls. I mean,
It's like pops out.
my life did not flash before my eyes when I ate the falafel. That is a huge plus for me. Usually I have the smallest little bite and I'll just choke and almost die. So that didn't happen. That's a plus. However, I agree with Princess. Like, yes, you would have to like beets, but you also have to like falafel. It was quite a trek to get all the way from Cafe La Bamba back over here to New York with the tostada in hand. But if you're feeling adventurous and you like beets and you like falafel, go for it. If you want just some hummus, I guess just go to Fast Food Boulevard, but then you also have to carry a falafel. You know, mashups aren't always gonna work. You can decide for yourself if this one does.
Let this be a life lesson to us all that not all journeys are a success. It's the wise foodie once said. The falafel isn't the falafel. The falafel is the falafel. If you get my meaning. If not, then just keep watching. I'm going to preface this with being that you have to remember that I am a nerd. And I have been a nerd for all my life. There's an anime, old anime, like ancient. Not Dragon Ball Z, not Naruto, like older than that, right? Of Vampire Hunter D. Some people may have heard of it, but it's old, alright? There's a certain portion where like he heals himself with the mouth that he has in his hand. And in order to do that, he eats dirt with that hand. And the crunching sound that made is a journey that my mouth just took on this hat. So I was correct. The falafel was the falafel, but that was a ride. And sometimes these things don't work. But that's kind of the fun of doing them. It's a foodie adventure. And you're all here for the ride now. I would give that one a 2 out of 5 claws. I actually feel like the beets are what beat it.
Samosa, but it's a door. It's very big. I can see the samosas here, and like there's a lot of bread, so I don't know if I'm gonna actually get any innards. I actually do think this is better than the coffin. I really love the pastry dough. It's a little bit thinner, which is nice, and I did have to take a deep bite to get some small amount of innards, like literally the smallest amount of innards. And what I got I like. So I definitely am going to get more of this. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. You need to eat the red door.
The red door hand pie, our final vegan option for the night. It looks like Princess had to bite pretty far to get to the filling, so I'm going to go at it from the side and say a little prayer to the HHN gods so I don't make a mess. Well, I still feel like I didn't get into the filling very far. But I think I like this pastry better than the coffin. And I can't explain it. I can't explain why. They seem very similar. I don't know, maybe it's because this one's red. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I like it, but I can't tell you what I like about it. It's very late and I've been up for a very long time today. I'm running out of words. It's a hand pie. You could eat this in the queue before you get into a house. So at least you have walkability. And I'm just gonna start making up words. try this. I do know they use vegan red dyes for this item, and I know some people don't like that. But I think we have to realize that most of our food has processed additives in it. At least they're vegan additives. That's my PSA. Peace out.
I understand that in function, this is supposed to be the red door from Insidious. I'm just going to go ahead and give them this one and say that's a doorknob and this is a door and it opens that way. Now, in saying that, our door has a bulge in it. Understanding, it's a filled pie, but to me it looks pregnant. But I'm kind of afraid to say that because I'm afraid if I say it too loud, somebody might take its rights away. Now that the Princess and Shelby have done all the work, I can finally get some of the filling. Peas, carrot, and potato actually do quite well. It's giving me like a thicker density, like pot pie sort of feel. And I think I actually do like this, even though there's a milder spice than the coffin, the little samosa coffin. It's a good door. Just maybe get somebody to take a look at it, and don't take its rights away. I'd give it 4 out of 5 claws.
Some pre-fried corn with a little bit of tahini on top and some cilantro. Now they do not fry them there in the stand. They are pre-fried elsewhere. So if you have an issue with shared fryers, you're going to want to steer away from this. I'm going to get a small rib, but it's a cute rib. It's really sweet. Whatever they coated it in is really nice. But good God, do not eat it whole like I did. Eat it off the riblet. The actual like rib piece is like eating a bone. Don't do that to yourself. I will give it a 3 out of 5 corns. It's really tasty with the tahini and everything, but like they need to warn you not to eat like the riblet piece because it's like this white part here. That's not, you're not supposed to chew that. Eat it like that.
Modified corn riblets. Now this is a sort of ingenuity I like to see. Corn ribs are both extremely cheap and extremely easy to make. We make them at home sometimes. But the fact that they just pre-cook these and then sauce them in the booth is excellent. Nice little corn with the tahini and cilantro. Even if you don't want the cilantro and you just wanted the ribs or just the tahini, you can get them by themselves. Since they make them to order, you can just order the corn and get it like that. Honestly, it's corny, but good. The tahini adds a little spice. Even with just the cilantro, corn on its own is usually just fine. Like I'll eat an ear of corn as a snack any day of the week. I usually just don't want to cook it. And since Universal's doing the cooking for you, I really see absolutely no downsides to this. This is just an absolute win. I would give this 3.75 out of 5 claws. Disney can't even do anything this fun. We found all the plants.
Most of the plant things, and then some.
Yes, some extras even for you for this Halloween Horror Nights 33. All the vegan items displayed at your feet. The horror is unmasked just for you guys.
Huge thank you to Universal Orlando Vegans for coming out and hanging out with us. We also hung out a little bit with Melissa at Vegan Disney World, but
the OG
she
Vegan
wasn't
Disney
in
World.
our video, but
yes.
we hung out.
Go check her out. We have a nice little community of plant-based peoples here. Plant-based, allergy, gluten-free, all of those. And we like to represent diverse opinions. So go check all of them out for an updated list on both Disney and Universal Studios for both Halloween Horror Nights and otherwise. Now, of course, if there's anything we missed or anything you want us to come back and check, by all means, these things do change week to week sometimes as the festival evolves. You can find us and let us know in the comments below. If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, there will always be a place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. What are you doing?
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment and subscribe and like and do all the things, well, Bear might just ground us all from all the theme parks and not just not do Halloween Horror Nights, but not do Disney, not do Busch Gardens, not go to Six Flags, no Disneyland, no Haunt, Knott's Berry Farm. Oh, I would die. Die.
You heard the girl.
I love her. She's great.